measurement of light intensity. Remember in our last term we talked about light, and then we talked how light interacts with matter, and the three scenarios we have. We said when light interacts with matter, we have either a transparent material, which of course allows light to pass through and we can see clearly, a translucent material in which only some light passes through and things appear to be very blur, and then an opaque material which does not allow light to pass through it, and then it forms a shadow with the light. I also looked at how our shadow remains the same because of this position of the sun on the earth. All what we talked about are generated by light. We talked about the two types of light, the natural light and the artificial or man-made light. Today we want to look at this light we are talking about. We can actually know the value of it if only we can measure it. In this class, we are going to learn the term intensity. We are going to know the meaning of light meter and its application. We are going to know the unit of light intensity or light. We are going to know the difference between the lux, the candela, and the lumen. We are also going to know how to convert between these three units. Recall that light is what enables us to see things clearly. Just as we can measure temperature, we can also measure light and tell how bright or dull the light can be. This measure of how bright or dull the light can be is what we call light intensity. What do I call it? Light intensity. What is light intensity? Light intensity is a measure of how bright or dull a light from a source can be. When we talk of light from a source, we are talking about the light from the natural source or from the artificial source. It could be light from a torchlight, it could be light from a candle, it could be the sunlight, it could be from office light. The ability to measure this light is what we mean by the light intensity. How bright or dull the light can be that is coming from a source. When the light is very bright and strong, we say the intensity is high. But when the light is dull, the light intensity will be low, or we say the value will be small. How do we measure light intensity or light? We measure light using a light meter. Light meter is used to measure the intensity of light. The unit of light intensity is called the lux, and it is abbreviated as LX. LX stand for what? Lux. Light meter do not measure the energy of light source. It can only measure the intensity of light as it appears to our eyes. This is one important thing you must note. If I carry a light meter and I say I want to use it to measure the energy of the sunlight, you know what happened to the light meter? You already know, right? What happened to it? It will burn, to get melt. It will never get to the sun before it will burn. Just like if I put on a fire and I say I want to measure the energy of the fire with the light meter, what will happen to it? To burn it, to destroy it. So the only thing it measures is the brightness or the dullness of the light. It cannot measure the energy, the power of the light. Why is the light meter important? The light meter is a device used to measure the amount of light in photography. This is one application that we find the light meter very, very important. Photography already know has to do with videoing and snapping of pictures. Now you observe the photographer at times. He will snap and will tell you this one is not good, this one is not good. You see him pressing the camera, is he not? What do you think he's doing? He's actually adjusting the camera light and the lens. Light, in the sense that scenario may occur where he snaps you and then you are looking too dark in the picture. He will do what? Adjust what we call the exposure. He can make it the value to be high so that when it snaps, it looks more brighter. If it's too bright, he adjusts it by reducing the value, and it snaps, it looks normal or perfect. There are other simple light meters such as the handheld light meter. Besides the light meter in the camera device, we have a simple light meter that is not in the camera device. We use it as a device to measure light intensity. Look at what this man is doing here. He's trying to measure the light that is entering the child's eye. That is why he's taking the light meter very close to the eyes. So it will flash the first button, and then the light meter will produce a flash, and then the reading will be taken. So you know the exact light your eyes that are entering into your eyes if you have this light meter. Now, these are other images of how a light meter looks like. You can see the one in the camera that we talked about, and then these are other examples of light meter. Now, the unit of light intensity. Light meter measures light in lux, which is written as Lx. Just like we measure temperature in degrees Celsius, we measure distance in meter, we measure energy in joules, we measure force in Newton, we measure length in meter. So also we can measure the light intensity in lux. Lux is written as Ls. Beside this unit, there are other units such as the candela and the lumen. The different light intensity from different sources have been measured with the light meter, and an accurate value has been obtained. Let's look at some below. This is the surface illuminated. That is, when I say surface illuminated, I mean the light, a surface that is shining as a result of light. Then we have the luminance. The luminance is the value in which the light meter measures from that surface. So when you put the light meter in an area during a moonless overcast night sky, that is, we're having starlight, the light meter will be measuring 0.0001. all right. Once it's full moon on a clear night where you have the moon, the light meter will be measured within 0.05 to 0.3 lux. Take note, they are all lux. You can see the lux at the top there. That's why it's not attached to each value. Let me put it to you. Look at the lux here. Can you see it? Yes, that's why it's not attached to each value. But in a real sense, all of them are lux. So inside an office is 400 lux. Sunrise or sunset is 400 lux. Overcast day is 1000 lux. Shady place on a cloudy day is 11,000 lux. Full daylight is 10,000 to 25,000 lux. Direct sunlight is within 32,000 to 130,000 lux. What that tells you? It means that the highest lux you can get is that from direct sunlight. Even our man-made light, like you can see there, the inside office light is 400 lux. But when you talk of the sunlight, you are seen at 32,000 to 130,000 lux. That's why we say the sun is a major source of light on Earth. Now, let's look at the word illuminance. Illuminance, as you have seen, let me go back again. Look at this place, this top of this table here. What did you see? What is this? Illuminance. So take note. Illuminance is a measure of how much perceived power of light is spread over a given area. One can think of luminous flux, which is measured in lumen, as a measure of the total amount of visible light present, and the illuminance as a measure of the intensity of the illumination of a surface. Let me explain. When we talk of illuminance, we are talking about how bright the light can shine a given area. Let me say I take a bulb, I put it in your parlor, it will shine your parlor, right? I take that same bulb, I take it to your room, it will shine your room. Do you think they will both have the same illuminance? No. Why? Because the area within your room is more smaller than that of the parlor. So the luminance at your room will be very high compared to that in the parlor. That is what the luminance is talking about. It's a measure of how much perceived power of light is spread over a given area. Take note of that word, over a given area. The light in respect to the area. The light in respect to the area. Now, when we talk of luminous flux, we are talking about light being measured in lumen. Alright? So one can think of luminous flux as a measure of the total amount of visible light present. When we talk of luminous flux, we are talking about just measuring the light present. It doesn't have to do with the illuminance. It's measuring the light present. But the illuminance will measure the intensity of the shyness or the illumination on a surface. That is, illuminance or lux or the light meter takes account into the surface area. Okay, how bright the light is shining in a surface area. A given amount of light will illuminate a surface more dimly if it is spread over a large area. So illuminance affected by the area when the luminous flux is held constant. What this means is that the luminous flux now is talking about, let me just use a electrical term. Let's say at that point in time the current is 240 volts, so your bulb is very high. That gives us the luminous flux. Now if I take that luminous flux and put it inside your room, the illumination will be what? Is it high or low? It will be very high. If I take that same bulb and put it in a stadium, just only that single bulb, and put it in a stadium where they play football, what do you think? Will the illumination be high or low? It will be very low. That's what we are explaining here. That again, what this means is that the wider the area, the lower the illuminance, and then the lower the value of the lux, which of course is the unit of the intensity measured by the light meter. Why? The smaller the area, the more the illuminance, and the higher the value of the lux. Now, next class, we shall be discussing the three units of light: the lux, the lumen, and the candela, and then how they are related. We are going to calculate how they are related, how they can be converted from one to the other. Remember to attempt the quiz by clicking on the next activity that is below. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next.